Hey there everyone, this is Michael Dougal with eXp Realty, and during this video I'm going to show you properties that you can afford for $1.5 million across the GTA. I would love to make this video properties you can afford for $1 million and give you a nice round number, but according to our most recent market watch, we can see that our average detached property is actually selling for $1,598,000. So during this video, I'm going to take you through the GTA. We're going to look at these cities specifically: Vaughan, Markham, Toronto East, Toronto West. We're going to look at Brampton, we're going to look at Mississauga, and we are going to look at Ajax. And you're welcome to take a look at the timestamps below so you can fast forward or rewind to whichever city is most pertinent to you, and let's jump right into it. And here's our first property. This is in Toronto West, specifically at Dufferin and Rogers. So it's on Hatherley Road. The property sold just under 1.5 on the market for 6 days. Look at that, it sold about $500,000 over its asking price. And you'll see this common trend throughout the listings that I'm going to show you. Recently sold January 17th. We can see the lot is 17 by 125, so very narrow lot. It's a big hassle parking over here if you've been to this area, Dufferin and Rogers, and you can see that it's relatively updated. So while they're not getting much property, they are getting a really nice property. You can see how it looks, pot lights and everything. It's spectacular. Moving on to our next listing, we're going east over to Ajax. Here's where it looks like you can really get much more of a property for your budget of 1.5. It is well sold about $500,000 over asking. It's an irregular lot, although very deep, 193 feet. We can see the property is 4 bedrooms, has a double car garage. As we browse through the pictures, we can clearly see that the property does need work, although there is a lot of potential with this one here. Moving on to our next property, we're in Toronto East. It's at East York, so Donlands and O'Connor. 31 by 122 feet lot, 3 bedrooms, 2 washrooms. Somewhat of a smaller home. It does need a bit of work. It's got 1 car garage, and looking at the pictures inside, it could be appropriate for somebody who wants to move in, maybe do some updates to their own liking, or maybe somebody who's going to buy it and do a flip. There's a ton of potential here if they are to upgrade it. For example, you've got carpet and you do have older appliances. Our next property is here in Markham. This specific style of property is pretty common across Markham and York region. This is likely what you'll get, either a semi or a townhouse. In this case, it's going to be a townhouse, 2-story, 3 bedrooms, 3 washrooms. Not necessarily too old, which is different than Toronto. Approximate square footage, 15 to 2,000, 1 car garage. This property sold about $300,000 over asking at 1.55 and just sold January 22nd. And looking at these pictures, it looks absolutely beautiful, which does make up for the smaller lot size, only 22 by 89 feet. Our next listing is in Brampton. Here, similar to Ajax, you're getting a lot more of a property, 40 by 114 feet deep lot, 4 bedrooms plus 2 more in the basement, 4 washrooms. It looks like it may have a basement walkout, perhaps a basement you could rent out. They have 1+1 kitchens, again, a 2-car garage. Great property, sold for 1.525 on January 21st. And this is pretty common across Brampton. You'll likely find this style of property. However, with some of the newer homes in Brampton, they will be a lot larger. So those ones are going to be selling closer to about $2 million. But our next property here in Vaughan is somewhat comparable in the sense of, like, you can see it's a detached, it's a 2-story, it's got a double car garage, but you're going to decide when you're looking in Vaughan, do you want a 3-bedroom home with updates, or do you want to have a 4-bedroom home without updates? Because that's most likely what you're going to get with this type of budget. And this property is by Islington and Rutherford area, sold for 1.515. A little bit of an older property, 16 to 30 years old. As you can see, 3 bedrooms plus 1. About 2,000 to 2,500 square feet. I know these property well. I think it's a bit closer to 2,000. It does have a double car garage, but it's a bit challenging fitting 2 cars into this specific garage with this layout. This one just sold January 14th. And then our next property is in Mississauga. We do have a detached property. It's a 4-level back split. I'll admit it was really hard finding a detached sale in Mississauga for this budget, as the majority of the sales were semi-detached homes. And you can see that it clearly does need some updates. It's 3 bedrooms, 3 washrooms, and it's sold for $1,525,000. It actually sold today, as the day I'm shooting this video, January 26, 2022. Much more older property. It says 51 to 99 years old, between 1,500 to 2,000 square feet, but great property in the sense of like a very large lot. One of the larger lots of the properties that we've gone through here today is 50 by 120 feet, but it clearly looks like whoever buys this property is going to be spending about a couple $100,000 getting it into a state when it's move-in ready and enjoyable for them. And I hope you did find this information helpful. If you did, then consider subscribing as I post videos bi-weekly. And if you are looking for a real estate brokerage with great training and partners, then definitely contact me about eXp Realty. My contact information is in the description box below. You'll see it, and I will look forward to seeing you all next time.